Hello guys, I've decided to finally make a video with voice, so yeah. I'll start off with apologizing for being so long since my last video. Yeah. First thing I will say is most likely the software I use does not record the cursor, so there is in fact an arrow. Things are not just magically happening. Although, you never know. Anyway, this is mainly just a big update video that there's a lot to go over, and I can go over a lot more in the same amount of time or less while talking. So you can see I cannot honestly remember where I left off because I sort of only did bits and pieces, so this time I will show the firing range, the new things there, and also weapons. Okay, first of all, you'll see here there have been a pile of weapons added. This was the most recent update. You have moons here, orbitals, water balloon, and so on and so forth. But anyways, yeah. Still nothing with the clans yet, but hopefully we'll have something at some time soon. So we'll just go by the release notes here. I'll just go over the early adapter logo. That was for people who bought the game before the price went down, and basically all we got was this little emblem here and 500 gears. And yeah, so as you can see from the notes here, this was the update where we got the new weapon system, which gives us only random tier of a random weapon that we have unlocked. And that was one of the more controversial updates. And we also got shrapnel. Okay, since then we have had a few new game modes which I will talk about, but I will not play this time because, well, I can't really without a few people. The first one was the much anticipated points mode that everyone loved from Shellshock Live 2, and it's back. There's also XP multipliers, and this was where the option was added back to choose what tier of any weapon that you're given. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, the multipliers as well. Actually, I'll just go into quick create a game here. Hopefully my internet won't be too bad for this. Right, as you can see, there's new options and a multiplier here. So you can see different maps give different multipliers. Random is, I think it's the best multiplier out of all of them. And then you have all of the sort of more played easy maps from the start have negative multipliers. Then we also have the new game modes here. We only had deathmatch at the start, but now we have points, juggernaut, and assassin. And actually, I'll just go over them. Assassin is 3 or more players. Each player is giving a specific target to kill. Any damage you do to other players apart from said target is 0. Juggernaut is pretty self-explanatory. There's one beastly powerful tank, and all of the rest are about, say you have each of them, I'll go into it here, damn it. You can have each player having 200 points, and the more players, the higher the XP or the HP of the Juggernaut. From what I've seen, although I can't confirm it, it seems to be possibly the Juggernaut gets 500 HP when each player has 200 HP, and it gets 500 HP per player, and also armor on top of that, which can really take very skilled people to beat, but 9 times out of 10, Juggernaut will win. Yeah, the wind is the same, although the measurements are different, which you'll see people will see wind at the top, number 61. It's like, holy crap. And then you just sort of convert that to Shellshock Live or SSL 2, and that's about 5 to 6 maybe. Yeah, they have the shot tracers added, which as far as I know should be in the firing range. Item use. Also added was you get to choose the maximum level difference between you and other players. It's automatically 20, but you can have 10 levels, 20, 40, or just any level. The choosing weapon levels is what I was saying earlier about instead of getting a random tier from a random weapon. I am sorry, Man M, but I'm going to have to go. And they've also added wager matches for gears. So you can wager, say, 3 gears, and if you've got 8 people, it's 3 gears each, so the winner gets 24 gears, which can add up to a lot. Let's say, sorry to this guy. Anyways, we'll go back to the release notes here. Where were we? Here. Right, there was finally as well, it was changed so that the barrel of the gun, where is it? Parts. Right, this barrel here, that at the start it did not matter what one you had, it just would show up the default one here. But now it is changeable and actually shows up in the game. At the start and up till recently, there was also a lot of problems with, say, portals and circular barriers spawning on top of each other, or the portal inside the barrier, but that is mostly fixed. There's also victory music was added. The songs here, I'll do a few of them. That's Pump It Up, Caribbean, Secret Agent, Clouds, and Epic Victory is, well, self-explanatory. Okay, then we have, what else? Yes, the breaker chain and splitter chain were pretty, they were kind of overpowered at the start. Splitter chain especially, but then they got nerfed, which took a lot of power out of them, but now the power, some of the power has been given back. And the super splitter as well, that was even better than the splitter chain, but he really took back the power of that. Okay, here we see the assassin was added, and you can see what I was saying as well. Each player is given a target. Any damage to other tanks will be 0. You get 5 XP per assassination, which is basically just 5 XP kill, or 5 XP for killing the tank. Points mode, the XP multiplier, it seemed that no matter what you did at the start, you just couldn't even get normal XP for points without having a lot of people and single shot. But anyways, another thing that was reduced as well, the challenges here we have, so you can see the ultimate player there is play 10,000 rounds, and ultimate champion was win 10,000. These used to be 50,000, and yeah, a lot of people complained about it, so he eventually changed it. But as far as I know, the achievements on Steam still say you need 50,000 wins and 50,000 games. Okay, we'll go back. The start of a game now, it shows a mini screen with point rules, or rules for each of them, like points will say score whatever amount of point, or score the most points to win. Assassination will be damn it. Assassination will be like kill your target. Just something simple like that. And yeah, the skill reset tree as well. Now you can reset once a week rather than once a month. Actually, what I'll go into while I'm here is the 2 perks, Hefty Haul and Extra Items. For some reason these 2 perks seem to be reversed, because for ages, like, I am honestly, I'd prefer weapons or armor to items in a box at this stage. But I did not have this perk, but did have the Hefty Haul, and I was constantly getting items. Then I did a test as well where I reset and swapped them around, so I had extra items and not Hefty Haul, and my item count from boxes just plummeted completely. Anyways, we have the in-game chat bubbles. When these were first introduced, I had some great fun with them. You can, I don't know whether to call it a bug or just fun, but if you are close to a player and they type something and then you type something as well, your bubble will cause their bubble to go up. But if you use a jetpack at this time, you can like steal their speech bubble, so yeah. The power and angle that is at where the base of the tank usually is, that used to go off the screen completely if you were at ground level, making it impossible to see your angle and power, which that being a fix was bloody amazing, to be honest. Okay, here we can see the Juggernaut was added to this. So yeah, I went into that earlier. It's whatever, the Juggernaut against up to 7 other players. Another thing is added, as you can see here with the games. Each of them has a special icon. The skull is deathmatch. The suppose you could say graph bars or points mode. I cannot recall what Juggernaut at the minute is, and Assassin is sort of a crosshair. Also, another thing that was prominent with Juggernaut was a player would miss the Juggernaut or something and end up hitting their own teammates. But now friendly fire is off, so that really does not matter anymore. Another really amazing thing that was added was the locked in this at the bottom, that it shows the locked in weapon of your allies. So if you're playing a team game and you're with one of those teammates that just refuses to talk or cooperate in any way, when they lock in their shot, a mini icon of whatever weapon they're using will appear over the tank, so you can base your shot around that, provided they don't wait till the last 3 seconds. This was the start of the new weapons. We have Silly Balls, which was Crazy Balls dumbed down really. Gravies, Gravits. Gravies is just 4, Gravits is 5, the same weapon from Shellshock Live 2. Bounce Strike is again from Shellshock Live 2, but the Bounce Strike is the one you're used to from that game, and the Stream and Storm cause them to come in at an angle, and I think there could be more shots, but I'm not really sure. Yin Yang is the same. Yin Yang Yang, however, is you still fire the Yin Yang shots, but there's an additional shot that goes directly horizontal in whatever direction you're facing. But the thing is, it appears about slightly over where the horizontal line on the aiming arc is. So if you just line that up with your opponent and aim at a very high high angle and high power, it should hit at the same time or just before the yin yang shot, meaning you'll be able to hit all three of them. The next three were counter, which honestly, counter was the biggest load of crap. The counter from Shellshock Live 2, that was, it would shoot 5, incrementing from 1 to 5 shots. This one, it's just 3000 is 3 shots, 4000 is 4, and so on. Black Hole and Puzzler, when they came out, they're the first of what is considered the prestige levels, which are the yellow numbers here, and people were expecting, well, me specifically was expecting great things, and it just never panned out because I don't know, I have high expectations or something. But anyways, in the next update the prestige weapons were buffed and that made them a bit better, but at the same time they do about the same damage as I suppose high level 60, mid 70 weapons, but at the same time things like even pyrotechnics, and just look at the weapons here. Yeah, pyrotechnics, which it takes a while to unlock, but that is a level 30 weapon, and that can 9 times out of 10 do way better than the Black Hole or Deceiver. Master Beam was added, which the only way really to explain it is like a Kamehameha through the map. It just fires straight. Think of it like Light Strike, except it goes through terrain. It does not destroy the terrain, but unfortunately I don't have that to show, but yeah. And then the most recent update was just 11 new weapons, which I shall go to the firing range to show you now. And I apologize, by the way, this video is a lot longer than I intended. Another thing you'll notice as well actually is the change of music. At the minute it's like the standard good old Shellshock Live music, but there are, I think, 4 or 5 different songs as well. You might have heard them through the video. Anyways, the things, when this firing range was first thought out, you couldn't choose map, you couldn't make the other tank move, you were sort of stuck with what you got. But now they've added range options here, which allows you to cycle through the map, choose whatever you want. And also the little eyeball in the top right corner, you can choose the color. I think you have to have the colors unlocked, but I'm not sure. I kind of I unlocked them before I used this. The one thing that does kind of annoy me about this though is the fuel. I think this should be unlimited really, because you're not going to get across the map unless you teleport, but teleport does not have a good anything really. And 9 times out of 10 you end up where you started anyways. Actually, while I'm here, the items as well, you saw teleport, EMP, that if that was an opponent's tank, the tank would not be able to move, but they still can move with jetpack or teleporter. Each shot, it doesn't remember where you aim, so if I aim there, then the next shot I could be over here. So that where it counts to remember your angle and power should you need them. And another thing that I don't think I mentioned was if you hover over the tanks, it'll come up at the top the username, their level, whether they're enemy or ally, how much armor and health they have. It is set to 25 armor and 80 out of 100 health in points mode and clearly here, but the armor differs as well for deathmatch Assassin and Juggernaut, depending on how high your armor is upgraded. Usually down in the bottom left where the picture of the tank is, you will see your current XP for the game, how much armor and health you have. Now anyways, I'll try find all of these new weapons. Where are they? Okay, we'll start off with Bouncy Ball. This is possibly the most annoying weapon out of the new ones. It is pretty much like Snowball except the opposite. As you can see there, it increases bounce distance as it goes. Another thing is, unlike Snowball, it does not explode on contact, so you have got to plan these 5 bounces somehow. But yeah, the upgrade of it is even more tedious because it has to bounce 7 times before it'll explode. And anyways, Yin Yang is pretty much the same. You just shoot it like that. One goes up, one goes down. Yin Yang Yang will have something coming across the middle there. The next thing I shall use here is Killer Bees. Killer Bees is one of the more interesting ones. Just reset this. It shoots a hive and then the bees come out and attack. I haven't actually heard the sound effects to most of these, so kind of new as well for me because I usually play with the sound off. Let's see. Next, Moons. Moons is a unique weapon. First of all, I will show you how you should use it if you can. Full power and straight at the player. However, if you decide to do an arc shot or something, that's when it gets crazy. The moons are just, well, they create sort of a and they orbit each other in a weird way, hence the upgrade being called orbitals. Spaz is another almost completely random one where if you shoot it like that, see how many hits it takes to actually hit the person. The thing about Spaz is that the explosion size does not matter. You can see that did 88, that did 73 without a crit, and my crit is currently at doubles. But it does random damage and random explosion size. I haven't seen a pattern to it yet, but I don't think there is. Bounce Strike then, as I said, is same from Shellshock Live 2. You just shoot your little thing there and you'll see them come down and bounce around. Gonna see what's next. Next we have Spotter. Spotter is a kind of innovative one, but at the same time, actually no. Oh, this bloody lag. Lag and firing range, that's how you know your connection is absolutely horrible. But yeah, it's kind of like the pinger animation, and well, that's what it does. Okay, the next I will show you the awesomeness that is counter. Now firstly I'm going to do this as close range and show you the amazing damage you get from this. See that right there is first class. 20 damage from that. Now if I do it at a range, the damage does increase a bit, but try hit all of them here. Well, I suppose it actually can do a small amount of damage, I guess. Anyways, the next one we have is Shadow. And Shadow, a lot of you might remember Phantom. I think it was Phantom, where the ball would sort of, you'd just see it flash up every so often. Well, this is the same concept, except you see the weapon's shadow, and Well, yeah, that's it, really. Okay, I'll see what else do we have here. Battering ram. This weapon is... I'll just show you now. The way you use this is aim ahead of where you're trying to hit. That's kind of confusing, but yeah. It's also, I'm trying to judge, but it stops, I think, about one. After you've done 3/4 of its arc, that's when it suddenly drops. Anyways, we've gravies here, which it's just gravits except 4 of them. What else do we have here? Carpet bomb was a new one that was added as well. It's an airstrike that does reasonable damage and does not damage terrain, which is pretty amazing. So yeah, I kind of failed with that one. And I want to also apologize for sounding extremely stereotypically Irish doing this video, which, yeah, that's where I'm from. But, okay, the Sinklets is pretty much a needler, except, well, it's just, yeah, there, as you can see, the weapon takes, it's like, I don't know about Sinklets, but I would have called this something like the bufferer. It's like your shots are trying to, yeah, you have to wait for all of them to be shot to thing the thingy with the thing. But yeah, Wacky Balls is just, show you now. Silly Balls is 9. No, sorry, not 9. 16 of them, I think. Then Silly Balls just adds another row of 4. No, sorry, the other one was 12. The Wacky Balls is 16. Yeah, 16, so I presume Crazy Balls then will be 20. I haven't, as you can see, upgraded a lot of the newer ones yet. Now, Water Balloon is a unique weapon. It's like Sprinkler, except they all fly out at once. The balloon itself can change color, last I checked. Unless it depends on... Yeah, so the balloon changes color a lot, and I don't know, sometimes I don't understand the bouncing. I think if it falls too hard, the balloon will just straight up burst, but if you use a light one, it'll bounce a few times. A few being twice apparently. But I've seen this bounce way more, and yeah, there was, I don't know, too lazy to figure it out. Lastly, I'll just show the 2 prestige weapons. Here is Black Hole. You may pretty much the same as Shellshock Live 2, except the different graphic, and Cosmic Rift is pretty much the same, except it does a small bit longer. Puzzler is Deceiver. Yeah, that's all I can say about it. Like, you can see the damage with this. The worst part is this is after the buff, so God only, you can only just imagine what it was like before the buff if you didn't see it. It was god awful. Well, that's it. I was considering ending this video with a nuke and doing the whole big explosion thing, but I'll see where this teleports me to. Of course. I mean, why would I expect it to go where I wanted? So, yeah. I shall end this then with a finger flood, I guess. Jesus. I swear I can play this game. Okay, we'll try once more, get a bit of damage out of it. Here, I'll move the tank right in the middle. I kind of hit the space bar there as I clicked. Not a good idea. Yeah, I can't say anything else to that. Okay. If I don't get it this time, I will use a bloody tracer. I have no shame. That is as close as you're going to get with a pinger. If you get more than 20 damage, you're golden. So yeah, that's all the weapons I have so far. There's only one more I don't have, which is the laser beam, and you know what? Might as well do this. That explosion though. And a crit as well. Wait. Why did that say 100 crit? Normal damage is 80. So, as you saw earlier, my gun is full, so when this does a crit, it should be doing 160. Yeah, this is a lot more nuking than I thought I'd be doing. I mean, I never planned to do. Okay, I'm gonna give it 2 more tries, and if I cannot get this, there, 100 again. So, you're no, I don't. Like, even if it was taking the whole armor and health away, that should be 105. Unless it just caps out at, I don't know, because even your standard crit before you add the 3 perks to it is 1.5, which should still make it 120 damage, but yeah, that's obviously a bug with the firing range. I'll just make sure I didn't miss any of the new weapons. Yeah, I went spotter, shadow. Yeah. So that is pretty much it. I am probably going to end up breaking this video into 2 parts because it is really long, although I could just do one big video. And yeah, so I'm saying this at the end of the video because I had not intended it going on this long. So it really does not have a purpose at all at this moment. So yeah, that's about it. I'll just check this again. Yeah, you can see it does 1.5 damage. Then you add the 1.5 or the 0.15 and the 0.25, and that should be double, but either firing range or something up with it. But yeah, 4 days until I can get rid of these 2 perks and get a bit more armor. Okay, so I'm gonna sign it off here, and yeah, oh, just one thing I'll add that, oh, balls. Another thing that myth is busted. If you have a weapon that has certain damage requirement but has alternate unlock requirements, like the flattener, you need to play 5,000 games. If you get the 800 damage, you do not unlock it until you have flattener or the previous tier. So just going mad on boxes to try unlock something before you've unlocked the first version of it, unfortunately does not work. I'm a bit heartbroken with that, but yeah, it's Shellshock. What do you expect? Yeah, you can see my overuse of the tracers there. But anyways, yeah, that's it from this video. Hopefully we'll have something new in the shops next time. There's in the future, there's been posted by the developer that there will be new challenges added, so I'll do another video for that and keep you guys updated. So this is Meower Power signing off for now, and I'll see you guys later.